Mhm. All right. Um,
So can you
so I'll talk about Wister. Wister, John Wister Elementary is a very tight knit community of families and students. We have a lot of students who are cousins and sisters and siblings of other students, and therefore families who have seen children through kindergarten through fifth grade multiple times. And so it's really just so much fun to see kids grow at Wister and then like to grow along with families. I just had a parent this morning come up to me at morning arrival and tell me about her seventh grader who is going to
Aw.
a new school next year and like all this great stuff. So um, I just really appreciate the community that exists both with our students and our families. Um, which is like has huge potential and is also something that we want to leverage more, which leads me into my next question, which is like some of the challenges we face. We serve a population and a community here that has some of the highest poverty in the city, as well as the highest rate of homelessness. And students need a lot of support, as do our families. And so when we talk about literacy instruction, like anything we can give our students extra, whether it's in the building or in partnership with families or partnerships with outside organizations, like the better, because our kids deserve it. They've been through some of them have been through a lot of transition and a lot of gaps in instruction, whether it's due to COVID or other personal family transitions, and anything extra we can give them is very much appreciated by both the school and I know by the families. In regards to our collaboration with Reading Aloud, we developed a relationship, Angela and I, through during COVID, well, right after kind of the initial shutdown, and looking to get our students additional support. And through that relationship, it's been really great to like work on developing what a strong collaboration looks like between a school-based community and outside experts in what they do. And so I'm excited, like not only the work has been done, which I can talk about that in a minute, but also just like about what the potential is going to be in the next couple of years, and like as a model for what this could look like, you know, in other schools. The collaboration right now and like the work, the intentional work and kind of foundation that we're laying is like really grounded in systems and structures, and how are we making sure that our systems for reading instruction at Wister align to Reading Aloud systems and what they are working to do with their team, and how do we make those connect and intentionally build a collaborative, like a system together that can really impact student achievement and student outcomes. And it's been really great to like see already the students and the teachers start to like talk about the relationship as part of, it's just part of school. It's part of the natural things we do at Wister. It's not like an extra thing or another thing. It's just part of our daily and monthly and quarterly routines. And the collaboration really I want to talk about is between the teachers and how they talk about reading aloud. And I just got to witness that the other day at the professional development session of like grouping kids and renorming. And that with Sarah, who's now here from Reading Aloud, was so exciting to see on the ground, like that collaboration and those two systems talking to each other in such an intentional way that is going to continue to benefit students. So the teachers are really excited. They continue to say like, well, Reading Aloud could do this, or could they do this? And maybe this student is a good fit. And just hearing those conversations and the ownership that the teachers are taking about having those conversations, and really getting to know why the kid is, you know, the student is struggling, or what their needs are and their gaps are, and are they a good fit for this group or that group, is really exciting. And students are, at the end of the day, like if we have two teachers in a room for a literacy block doing small group instruction, and we're able to add a third expert into that mix, we're now giving another whole group, a small group of students, the extra intentional reading instruction that they need and deserve. And so like continuing the impact of that alone in only 2 report periods, but let alone like what that will look like over 3 years and how many students that will reach, are really, really, really excited. But anything else you want me to add?
I think you answered everything. What are your hopes for a continued partnership? I feel like
Yeah,
you
I kind of
answered
spoke
it.
to that.
Yeah.
I'm excited to continue to build like I think what I saw the other day and what is exciting to me is like, we've done a lot of work as I've done a lot of work as the principal and as our assistant principal of K2. And I know Reading Aloud's administrative team has done a lot of the work, but I'm excited to continue to like give space to the teachers to like be able to be on the ground and giving the input and the feedback, both based on data and based on how they know about kids, so that like it can continue to live and breathe as opposed to it being kind of a top-down delivery. And so I'm super excited about the continued collaboration between the teachers and like the impact that can have on an individual student and then like on all of our students.
And I so agree. And I know that we're so focused on the data, you know, we want to have data, but I think that piece of just, you know, when our Reading Aloud person, you know, walks past one of your teachers in the hallway and that they have a quick conversation about a student, that's so valuable for so many reasons as well. It could be that the student's having a bad day and just to let you know, or, you know, whatever it might be. I think it's hugely valuable as well.
Yes. And I would love to also start to involve families in the partnership, because I think sometimes too, parents don't know, we're trying to do a lot more intentional work with communication with families of like, what can you do at home? Here's what you need to practice. Like, we want them to be part of this Reading Aloud special literacy group. And they have to be in school every day. So like making sure that we continue to think about like how the parents are involved, I think would be also like something I'm excited about.
And it's funny because we just had that conversation this week, and it was like one of my principal things at the beginning is that we wanted to really, really communicate with families. This is where your child is. This is the progress they're making. This is, you know, share the goals with them. And I think it fell through the cracks a bit just because, you know, getting everything up and started. But I think for next year, that's something from the get-go. We have a letter that goes home. We can have a time that families can communicate.
I mean, even where we just had it came to mind because we just had report card conferences, and there's no reason that we couldn't have had.
We should have had somebody there, right?
Someone at conferences to pop around to the conferences with the parents of the kids. So, you know, those kind of things, and getting ahead of that and on the calendar and the professional development days and the family days, and you know, even our back to school night, having a literacy table to like. Here's what we do at Reading Aloud, and here's how you can work with your child at home. Even more just expertise to which
exactly. It's on my list. So when we have all that time over the summer,
I know
we'll all get right,
which goes very quickly.
Yes, I know. We always say it, right? This is perfect. Thank you very, 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 very much. I really appreciate it. I'm going to stop.
And I know we're waiting